Good morning, good evening to all distinguished guests here today on this amazing day on the 2nd March. Me, Professor Nada Ratković, IIU co-founder of Europe, the president of IIU Research Center, the board member and country director Croatia, welcome you all to the training session today with me on the topic financial analysis of the business. So, what we will learn today, we know that we have today so many problems, especially today with money. How we need to handle our money. That is a big question. And in March, we can say that March is the month of the money. At 20 March till 26 is the global and European money week. Even you are an educator, even you are an entrepreneur, even in your house, you need to know how to handle your money. That is a question. And how to run your business. What is a business? What is a business? And today, what will I talk? What my training session today would be on the pitfalls. There are so many pitfalls who are on the way to avoid your business. So the answer is, do we need to grow slow or we need to grow fast? Today, we will get an answer. But today, if we are talking about the business, if we are talking about the financial aspects, one session is not enough. But today, I will show you, I will explain you, I will demonstrate on the examples how to avoid the pitfalls in your business. So let's start. I will share now my presentation. And I want to thank to our great founder, Sir Piyush Pandit, for giving us this opportunity to make education, to make training sessions, to make workshops on each different topics. We are in the field of technology. We are in the field of science. We are in the field of innovation. But I can say IIU is, in the first place, is education. I will now share my screen. So, okay, I need to move this. So I hope today that this training session will be very interesting because the topic is very interesting, and not only interest, it is important to you how to handle your money, how to handle your business. And we don't have only financial aspect, we have so many aspects, but we can talk about that. We can make so many new training sessions on the different topics. I will start with my first slide. So I hope it is visible to all. So as I said, Professor Nada, me, president of IIU Research Center, and I want to say that education for me is really on the first place. I love my job. I love really my job. So I'm coming from Croatia. I work on the university split faculty of economics, business, and tourism. Also a professor, mentor, advisor in a high vet school in Sin, in my town. And I can say a proudly core member of International Internship University, the first university, virtual university on the world. And we already know the mission of IIU. Each child needs to have an education in every corner of the world. And we are really doing that. That is our mission. So let's start. Financial literacy. We need today to be financial literated. We need to be digital literated. We need to be media. We need to be eco. But today, I want to say that before we have a definition according to the financial literacy. Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, OECD, is a combination of information. This is their definition. Information, knowledge, skills, attitudes, behavior necessary to make final correct financial decisions. That is, we know that each one financial decision is giving us, needs to give to us to be well-being. If we talk about this kind of literacy, financial literacy, we know that we need to have three basic components. That is financial knowledge, financial behavior, attitudes, how to spend money. Do we know to spend money? Do you think sometimes in the morning, do you know to spend your money? That is a question of every day, especially today when we know that the situation in the world is very hard. And also we have in Europe, we have a big inflation. Yesterday in my country, all the prices go higher 10%, but our salary will not grow. So we are talking about inflation, and these hard times, we need to know how to spend our money. And I can say we need to be lucky if we work, because so many people don't work, and so many people cannot have a business or make a business or something like that because they don't have the main conditions for the living. So financial literacy needs to be very important for everyone. And it is really, today we need to our students. I, like a professor in the field of economics, business, tourism, informatics, I am already doing workshops with my students. Now we already start preparing for the European and Global Money Week. And not that March is a rich month. March, I can say that in March, so many things are happening. At March, we have a World Consumption Day. That word consumption is really important. How we are spending the things, how we are buying, how we are protecting our rights like a customer. That is important. And even you are in a field of engineering, even you are a field in medicine, anywhere, you need to have the main knowledge of financial literacy. I will repeat again, knowledge, your behavior, what kind of behavior do you have when you spend your money? And that are the attitudes towards spending the money. So this definition from Organization of Economic Cooperation and Development is very, I can say, from all the definitions, it has all parts: information, knowledge, skills, attitudes, and behavior. So we need to have a very responsible financial behavior. What it means, you see, I put here an example of my country, Croatia. So global research shows that 33% of adults are financial literate. Is it enough? I can say no, it is not enough. 33% is not enough. And that is in Croatia. In my country, I can say 44. That is also not enough. Even on the European level, we have an average of 52%. So 52%, it would be good if we can say that we have 70% of youth that have a main financial knowledge. So Croatia is below the European average, but we see globally 33%. So necessary to take so many actions to literate our youth. Our youth need to be literate about this and need to have a responsible financial behavior. So how to teach them, how to educate them. So according to my research, my experience until now, I can say this is the most critical area where young people or citizens are informed. They are still not good informed. So what do the research data show? Let's see. We have so many researchers in this part, and students have this deficiency in three categories of the financial literacy. So financial knowledge is the weakest. Financial knowledge is the weakest, and it needs to be on the first place. So investigating in entrepreneurship among young people and finding that to invest this in the ventures. I can say I'm also very happy because one of my subject is entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship. And you today, you really need to be multidisciplinary. I will repeat, if you don't have this all literacy, you today have a big problem. You have a big problem like an educator or like an entrepreneur. Today, nobody can run your business. Nobody can educate you if you don't have this knowledge. You need to have this knowledge, and young people still have this, don't have this whole prism, and it is very problematic. It is very problematic. So I reached some results with young people from richer and poorer family backgrounds. And I make a combination. I make findings. What our students and how are they making decisions? And we have big two social problems. And that big two social problems are entering this and coming to the, I can say, water of entrepreneur. How can you, woman empowering today or woman entrepreneurship, it needs to be also in the countries on the first place. But so many women don't have that knowledge. How can you run and make a own business if you are not having a financial literacy? So my suggest is to your students, teach them, educate them. This global days, as we call them, international global days, are very important, showing awareness, show making. It is not a problem to make workshops on all of that days. That is why I say you need to follow the calendar of the year. You need to put that in your curricula. Math, you are a professor teaching math. You can put it in the math, you can put it in the biology, you can put it in chemistry, in each subject, because you don't know tomorrow when your student go out from the college or from the university, will he or she run a own business? So try to give them more, try to give them more. The problem is the bureaucracy. And I said here, we had so many results. In Croatia, we have this Transparency International, which is putting the European average where young people need to be recognized. And as I say, financial literacy, they have a poor financial knowledge. And financial institutions, what can you do for these days? How can you educate your students? Like example, we have the banks, we have so many financial institutions who are handling, in each one country handling the financial situation. Make a visit, if you are not an expert, call an expert to make a lecture. Let them share the knowledge, let them educate, make the project, you can make a monthly project, but also think about the 1 year projects where the students will do and have, like example, from accounting. When I start my first hour on accounting, what I give to my students, what is their task? Their task is to write every day how many money they are spending. That is not, I say, that is not that I'm checking, because we know that we have today so many poor students who don't who don't spend every day. Even some don't have for the school meal. But I see that that at some students, and that is coming from the family, they want to live on a high level. So how to make them a little more aware about this handling with the money, I gave them that task. And be sure they're thinking about that. They're thinking how much money they are spending. So in Croatia, I say we have this perception, still perception of corruption. And we have so many product services through the banks, and that is a financial system. So, like my audience, like great educators, let's think. Imagine you won on the lottery, $1 million. Make a list of 3 investment alternatives that are acceptable to you. Also, explain why these alternatives are good for you. You can be free. You can be free. You can write it in the chat. I will give you few minutes. I will give you few minutes to write. So you don't need, I put make a list, but I think that you can put few things. Where should you spend your money? I just come from my work and I don't know where is my mobile. I wanted to see little your answers, but I will see it later. I'm sure that you, if you won the lottery of $1 million, that you have 3 investment alternatives. But try to make clever alternatives which will be acceptable to you, acceptable to your family, acceptable to your work. So many institutions. So let's see if you get 100 kuna, Croatia kuna, billions. And this is important for you. You can make, you need to handle the insurance, you need to handle the investments. For citizens, long-term consequences is very important. Also, so many modalities. We need to recognize all the funds from the institutions. Where can you put your money? How can you handle your money? So the cause of financial illiteracy, we have the term called illiteracy, brings so many consequences in the life of you, in the life of the citizens. What is the cause and why it is very complex? Because financial literacy today still is not integrated in primary and secondary school. It is not integrated in primary and secondary school, but who say that you like a teacher in primary or secondary school can't put that in your curricula, can't put that in the project. And I know that on the European level, we have so many e-training projects. We have so many Erasmus Plus projects, and we are working a lot on that project. Even there are so many primary and secondary teachers are included, and especially as I say in March, when coming March and when coming this financial week of the global money. So many students will go through that week. Will have different types of education. So we need an action plan. We need a good action plan, and every country need to have a good national strategic framework for the financial literacy. So, finance at a turning point. Do we have the strength to step forward? This is something when we see We have money. We have we what when we lost money. There are some days that we don't have money that we spend and that we need to wait to get our salary. But do we have then the strength to step forward? We are having a business. Our business is not going good. So what will we do? Will we put a K? Will we close our company or we will continue? So I will repeat. If you are making a business, you really need to know all the financial aspects for your business before you are starting. You need a good plan. You need a good plan. And that plan needs to be for not 1 year. It needs to be for many years. I can say almost for 5 years. You need to make a plan for 5 years. So, so many scarcity made people more cautious. What it means? There is so many impression that our elders, our grandparents, they know how to manage the money. Our grandparents know how to manage the money. They know how to how what is meaning of the goods better. And today, with technology, do we know that? Do we know that with technology? Is technology helping us? We know how we are making transfers of the money. Before few days we have 4 days we have a 4 days blockchain summit. We know how we are making conversions of the money by the technology. So how do you comment on that? Like example, first, it should be said that today financial products have become much more accessible and complex than they were before. Is it true? It today that is very complex work. That is very complex. But in the past we know that all was going we're all about going to the bank. Everything, all financial products and services were going by the bank. So, and then if you have access the money in the form of saving, you make saving. You need to think about, I can say, black days. We all need to have some money for the black days. What it means, who knows? Maybe tomorrow you will be sick and you cannot work. How to live? How to live? Maybe you are alone. Maybe you don't have a home. Maybe you, there are so many questions. There are so many questions. Maybe you have a loan today. I can say that there not a family who don't have a loan. So if you have a deficit, if you have a you need to make this project. You need to take care about the project because the projects are very complex and it is very difficult and it is very I can say that for each one person it is different. All we think on the different way. So that is how I comment. So think about this. How do you comment on this? So even as an economist, sometimes find myself in doubt and you are thinking, would you choose A options or B options? Even there are two options and they are very similar. So money management in our old age, we can say it will be very scarcity. It will be a scarcity and there are so many range of possibilities that people can make decisions. People can make decisions. uh, there are people who are their job is only investing yourself, but it is easy to you to invest if you have money. How can I invest in something if I don't have money, if I don't have that possibilities? That is why we need to learn. There are wide range of possibilities to make your decision, to help you in giving that decision. So that is why the economics and the science teacher are a lot working and applying in this financial literacy because they want to choose the best option. They want to choose the best option between A and B. So financial literacy needs to avoid the pitfalls. What will be the pitfalls? Like example, empirically, psychologically, I have 100 Croatia kunas. Now kuna, we have like example, now I have 100 euros. So will I spend them by cash or will I spend them via credit card? That is also good. So sometimes it is good to have a sum of money in cash because you have a feeling for the money. If you are only, I can say, tailoring your credit card, you don't have a feeling. You don't have a feeling. But today, that is normal that we all are spending via credit card. But sometimes, for you, if you want to save something, it is better. You will have a better feeling. And I can say psychological. All that is in our head. All that is in our head. And if we use credit cards, one has less a physical sense of a money. You don't have a sense of a money. And for you, it is very easier to spend more money than you are paying in the cash. I know when I have money with me and I see how money is disappearing, how it is disappearing. So, an investment in knowledge always pays the best investment. That is why we are investing in knowledge. And Benjamin Franklin, really great, said that invest in your own financial literacy today. You need to invest in your own financial literacy today because due to the lack of the knowledge, financial market is a big. You will never understand the financial market. You will never understand the principle of the working, how the bank is working, how they are investing the funds, and what is the meaning. Like example, care for retirement. We need to take care for our retirement. What it means, I already say about this. There can come black days. Don't give yourself in a position to don't take care for your retirement or for the sickness. So, do we trust the institutions? Who do we trust? Which institution would you trust to receive financial education from? You see, central bank. Our European Central Bank is in Germany, in Frankfurt on the River Main. So this is from Europe. This is from the organization economic from Europe. And in Europe, the youth and the people, almost adults, almost believe the central bank. Then to the ministry. 18% don't believe to none. 15% Society for Consumer Protection. 9 don't know. Private bank and non-government organization. I can say non-government organization and education agency. So you see the trust how to receive financial education from, and this is coming. What do the data say about financial literacy in the Republic of Croatia? This is in my country. You see country here. I didn't translate this, but first is Mađarska called Hungary. Hungary, 69% in Europe. In Hungary have the very high financial knowledge. Hungary is great. Croatia, my country, like example, United Kingdom, 53% have a financial literacy. So you see how it is different in many countries. Croatia have 47% with a high financial knowledge. So these are the data from the National Central Bank, from Ipsos Public Affairs. Ipsos is really have a correct information, correct statistics, and here this is a place where I always find answers on my questions. So we are coming to the financial aspects of the business. So it is a function. We can say finance is a business function. We are using number and analytical tools to help managers to make better decisions. Yes, numbers. So we can have qualitative and quantitative data, and we need analytical tools. Today we have so many softwares, but for us, like example, we all have that analytical tool. MS Excel is excellent analytical tool to help you to manage your finance and to make better decisions. Every business owner need to know basic finance principles, how to run the company, how to run his company, and it is helping him or her to manage and to understand the current financial position. What is your business profitable or not? So I make this longer introduction because you cannot run again no business if you don't have a financial knowledge, if you are not financial literate. So to manage your company, nobody, you have like example in your accounting, your chief accountant, he don't care about your business. For him, he's thinking how to make his job. He's doing his job and he's accepting to get a salary for his job. So if you don't know, if you don't have the data, if you don't understand the cash flow, if you don't understand like a manager the cash flow, be sure that no one will take care about your cash or about your money. So current financial position and thinking about that, if would your business be profitable or it will be not profitable. So company can have a benefit from that or company cannot have a benefit to that for the future growth, how the company will grow. So this is very important. This is very important. Forecasting and planning. What it means forecasting. How can I forecast something? Because I'm sure today I want to start a business. I make a short plan and I make a long plan. What it means, I think about that. What will I do for 1 year? But I think about that. How will I do in 5 years or even maybe better to think how can you do and what will you do in 10 years. Forecasting, so many analytical tools which can help you to make forecasting. I can think now in 2023, I can make a forecasting what will happen in 2027. So it will maybe not 100% correct, but be sure that 70% you will have correct answers, and you will then be sure after making the forecasting, will you continue with your business? Then we say planning. Planning is a half of your work. Good plan, good result. Good plan is leading to a success. Then accounting and measuring results. We need to make this to account make a measuring result. We need to measure them. We need to monitor cash position. We need to monitor our cash. We need to pardon, we need to make analysis for decision making. If we see that our cash position is not on the good place, we will have what kind of decision we will make. We will say this is not for us, we will not continue doing that, or we will struggle. But how? If we don't have a knowledge, we will not struggle. So finance can be likened a toolbox for every company management, and it is a tool to give your answer on the questions, and it is for the managers. It is for the managers, for the management, and to make all the decisions. So how can you work? Like example, you are working in a company. You don't know you don't know the financial position of the company. You don't know what the managers are doing. You don't have information, and you are not sure, are you doing good or are you not doing good? So if that company is growing or it is not growing. So remember this: forecasting and planning, accounting and measuring results, monitoring cash position, analysis for decision make. Before you make a decision, make this analysis, and you know, even a small decision make you to lease or to buy a new copy machine. Large decision can maybe provide you a guidance what to do, how will your company grow. Then other goals can make your data sometimes very complex, and we have that, today, uh, mathematic modeling, financial modeling. There's so this is a huge field, huge field. This is not only how I'm monitoring my debts. Oh, yes, I have money, blah blah. No, this is a big field. You need to have this, I can say, analytic people who are thinking, and people who are working, people who are making the models, and that is only then efficient. How will you include your capital? How can you include your human resource? And will you have a productivity? So pitfalls are that trip up most business owners. So Joe Francis once said, all of us can succeed in business if we can learn from experience and realize that it doesn't have to be our own. Think about this. We can learn from experience and realize that it doesn't have to be our own. So this is a trip to most business owners to make this, but be sure that you are making so many mistakes. Let's start with the mistakes. What is the first mistake? Like, all business owner has ultimate responsibility for the financial health of the company. That is truth. Most business failures can be traced to poor management resulting from a lack of knowledge. It is also true. There are so many managers who don't have a lack of knowledge. Not only manager, his his workers think that they are so clever, so smart, but they don't have a knowledge. They don't for making how can I say uh investments, for making new projects which will bring you financial things to you, a good thing. You need to have a knowledge. So financial knowledge, lack of knowledge is a big mistake. And poor management of financial activities. You see, 32% of failures are coming from the poor management of financial activities. So this is a first mistake. This is a first mistake that a business owner has ultimate responsibility for the financial health and can be traced to the poor management resulting from a lack of the knowledge. Let's see a mistake number 2. For each business, we have a business model. We need to make a business plan. We need to make a marketing plan. We need to make forecasting, predicting, so many things. So mistake is big that you don't understand the business model, working hard and still losing the money. This is really, I can say, This is for there's so many entrepreneurs are in this situation. So what is the question that you need to ask yourself? Do you have an overall pricing philosophy, high, medium, or low? Is your product, are you is it for you rentability? You're thinking about the rentability, productivity. So if low, you may need to rethink. You need to rethink about that. You don't have a good pricing philosophy. Then when you are making prices, when you are setting your prices, you how can you take this cost? How can you make it into your account? You need to make the cost into your account, and you need to include your salary. Also, your salary needs to be included in operating costs in the accountant. What are your competitors charging? Like example, you have a product, but you need to know what your competitors are charging and what do they offer for that price. So we have how I always explain to my students, we have a trade. Trade is the place where the demand and supply are meeting. They are coming on one place called trade, supply and demand. That is the easiest explanation of the trade. You need to know what is trade. So, pricing philosophy is coming from there. High price, medium price, low price. What about the demand? Who has your product? Is the cost good? Is it low? Is it high? Is it medium? Think this pricing philosophy can be, for me, a biggest mistake you can make if you don't have a good decision. So you need to have the question, do you have specific tasks or customers that are profitable for you? Your customers, are they profitable for you? And could they make your cost? How can they make your money? Are you making enough money? So working hard and still losing money. You don't understand the business model. Think about the business model. Learn about that. If you don't know, learn. Today, we each us are learning every day. Every day we are learning. Again, mistake three, not having a plan. You don't have a good plan. You start a business, you bring a decision, you are doing, you think that you are making great, but you still don't have a plan. So no budget, no plan. No budget, no plan. Day to day, you are making still mistakes. You don't have a strategy for your business. So don't do that business. Take stock where you are and set your goals. Do you set good your goals? What are your incomes? You didn't set your goals because you are not doing good. So no budget, no plan. And if you don't have a good tool, form a tool who will give you action, you will never get done. So forces you out of day to day to look at your business to get the strategies. We have so many strategies, operative, tactical strategies. So not only strategies, think about the marketing strategies. Oh, financial strategy. Are you sure that you need to invest today or tomorrow? When invest? How to invest? How much to invest? So have a good plan. Have a good plan if you want to have a good budget. Excuses don't fly. This is an example. Budgets are too confining. I can't stick with my initial estimates for 12 months. I won't be able to react as flexibly for crisis if I have a budget. The budgeting process is too complicated and time consuming. Budget took your time. How you manage your time. Do you know to manage your time? Time management today is very important. So things change too quickly and committed to a budget. So flexibility. You need to react very flexibly in the crisis because it will come a crisis and you will not have a budget. Mistake number 4, being unwilling to leverage yours. What it means being unwilling to leverage yours. At least there are some depths. What is your capital? How you define your capital? Like example, capital is all what I have minus what I don't have. I'm think on my debts. So the debts are also what? Capital for me. They're still capital for me, the debts, and they are desirable. So a profitable company with debt will earn far more than it would without it. That is a leverage. That is something you need to know. That is a leverage, and you can be a profitable company even you have debt, because debt are coming also in your capital. They are part of your capital. So we have tax, we have debt, and they can be very cheaper and equity. Mistake 4-5. So how to leverage yourself too far? Don't hyper leverage yourself. All debt is not created equal. That is correct. It is correct. Yes, all debt cannot be created equal. So we have loans. If we put that in the term of the cash flow, that is the cash we need. We don't work with debt because debt is something that we think it is very magical for us. But if you are able to use money, if you can borrow money in your business to create returns, it is better than after tax cost of your debt. So maybe you have a rich friend, maybe you have a rich uncle, a rich aunt, somebody who is rich in your parents or behind you. It is better to borrow the money for your business than to use a cost of, than to take a loan and to have a big debt. Mistake number 5. Being unwilling to part with a poorly performing employee. Who are your employees? How are you growing with your employees? Do your employees have a good knowledge? Are they making a good work? So, outgrowing your startup staff. What about your staff, sisters, neighbors, friends, and kids? That is normal. That is normal on the West, when somebody's starting a business, to put sisters, friends, kids, neighbors in the company. So maybe it is not giving a deserves for your company, for your employee, but outgrowing your cards up to the staff. Think about that. That is a mistake 5, because maybe, pardon, I would say maybe sometimes for you it depends what kind of business you have. Are you do you have a trust to your relatives, to your friend? So you need to make good decisions. You need to know. You need to know who are you bringing in your business. Mistake number 6. Trusting too much. Small businesses are most vulnerable to employee fraud. What it means? 100 or fewer employees. This is a small business. And if we talk about the small business, we know that in small business we can have so many losses, but 100 or fewer employees, we need to take a plan. We need to think about that. How can we give them on the monthly base? Can we pay them on the monthly base? Because you see here, this is a result of researchers. An average fraud scheme against a small business cost $127 in the losses. This is a big loss. This is a big loss for you. If you have a small business and if you have thinking about 100 or fewer employees. Mistake number 7. Not managing cash flow. Most companies are too lax about getting paid in a timely manner. How can you make it in a timely manner if you don't know how to manage your cash flow? Like example, letting payments shrink out 60, 90, or 120 days. You know that when you are buying something from your suppliers will give you almost 100, maybe 3 months, 4 months is the maximum to lend you money, to give you the time, to give you the deadline to pay for that. So you see this, a $10 million company shortening the average collection time by just 5 days frees up $137,000. So the longer you let the delinquent account, the less likely you will collect on them. This is a rule. This is a rule. The less likely you will collect on them. Then 27% of accounts 3 months past due will never be collected. And figures can jump 44% after 6 months and 75% after a year. So this is the result. If you cannot manage your cash flow, and most companies today are too lax to get paid in a timely manner. That is the biggest problem. Why the companies, why the businesses are shutting down, are closing the doors, because they cannot, this is a, I can say, this is a magic circle. A magic circle when you have a supplier, you cannot pay to him, and etc. You cannot then customer cannot pay to you. So this is a magic circle, and how to get out from this magic circle is a big question. So that we know that we have so many risks, but if we don't risk, we cannot also make profit. So it is a really hard question and decision when we are doing anything in our business. Mistake number 8. We call them chasing shiny objects, short attention spans, traits for better and worse. This is in entrepreneurship, spans entrepreneurship, and we can charge direction on them. Let's see if we don't manage this, if we see that we have this kind of syndromes like shiny object syndromes, chasing shiny objects, or ADHD. We can have also ADHD for our business, and we need to change that direction. We need to change our direction on the dime. So this is that shiny object syndrome. How do you know when it is gotten out of hand? How do you know when it is gotten out of hand? Sales are falling. Bank account is shrinking. This is how we can know that something is running from our hand. We are losing. We are losing the money. Money is disappearing. So we are coming in a trouble. We are in a big trouble. So this is the symptoms. This is showing us the sales are falling. The bank account is shrinking. Gross profit margins are falling. Employees have lost enthusiasm. How can you have a satisfied employee if you don't pay him? Today, you need to pay your employee if you want to have the best result. And one of the shiny object syndrome is this. One of this is employees are losing their enthusiasm. They don't have enthusiasm. They are not thinking positively. So that is also when things are going in on a direction, on a not good direction, and out of the head. So then you have a not good feeling. Feeling is called niggling feeling, and there's a hush around you. There's a hush around you. You know, people people will be satisfied if they are respected employees, if you take care about your employees need to be on the first place, because you are getting what I say to my students, and that is the truth. The knowledge is the biggest capital. So if your employee have the knowledge, you need to take care about that knowledge. Bank account is shrinking. Yes, your bank account is shrinking because you are in that magic circle. You cannot pay, the others are not paying. You cannot do your business. Your business is falling. Your business is slowing. Your business is disappearing. So boiling it down to the basics. Do you know how to decipher the 3 reports every business owner must review monthly? These are what we are calling this. These are our financial statements. Financial statements. We have 5 main financial statements, but all entrepreneurs, even they are micro, small, medium, or big, they need to make this report: balance sheet, income statement, and cash flow. These are 3 reports that every business owner need to make. But I said we have 5 mains. We have the 5 main, but it depends about how many incomes you make, how many employees do you have in your company, and it employs also on this how you think about this, and do you have the taxes? Which taxes are you only trading in your country, or you're making trades in other countries on the global level? So do you know how those figures tie to 3 bottom lines of your business? 3 bottom lines of your business are: net profit. What is net profit? Operating cash flow, return on asset. Uh, in the accounting, in the financial analysis, you need to know all about this reviews, all about the bottom lines, the figures. These are all net profit. So this results you are getting from the balance sheet and from the income statement. It depends what you are doing. Like net profit. All to make net profit, you need to make your income statement. This reports all are on the year base, but who say that you cannot make it on the monthly base? But we know that the business year is always starting at first. Business year is starting at 1st January, and it is till 31st December. That is a business year. And after that, each one entrepreneur, each one who has a business owner needs to make this report, and till 30 March, so it thinks now for 30 days, they need to give them on the analyze 2 finish their business year. So three bottom lines of your business are net profit. So what is going in the net profits? How can we get the net profit? There are, so we have return on assets, and we have profit, and we can have what else? We can have the debt. So if profit is larger than your debt, we can say that we have a positive financial result. But if your if your debt is bigger than profit, then there is a situation, there is a negative situation, and that is not good for you. So we need to avoid the pitfalls. We need to avoid all the pitfalls. So how can we, what is the system of avoiding our pitfalls? We need to, it say, know your business in the depth. How can I know my business in the depth? Develop a solid business plan. Manage your financial resources. So we already explained how to know your business in the depth, how to develop a solid business plan. When we start a business, we first make a business plan. But the business plan, if it is not good, if we see that it has had avoids, we need to develop them. So we can only develop something when we start to work and by the work. We need to know how to manage financial resources. Then we need to understand financial statements. Who will help you? Nobody. If you don't know to read the financial statement, nobody will help you. I already said the accountants, your accountants are only there for work, for getting money, and they don't think about your situation, your I can say positive or negative situation. Learn to manage people effectively. I already said you need to learn to manage people effectively. Why to manage them effectively? If you don't manage them, your people will not work, and you will not have good results without a good people. Set your business apart from the competition. Competition. When students start, is the competition good? It is good, but when we think on the positive way, competitors, we see that we are going on the trade. We have so many competitors. We need to struggle on the trade. Like example, we are so many people, so many owners of business are offering the same products. We have the same product. How can we survive? How can we survive in this trade? So set your business apart from the competition. Always think, do you have a low? Do you have a high price? Make researches, always research, always do that, because if you are not researching and monitoring the trade every day, it is a problem. You will not grow. And maintain a positive attitude. Always think positive. Maintain that. Even sometimes it is not good. Try to handle that. That is like in life. That is why we say that business has a life cycle. Business have a life cycle. So you can start like a pioneer. You are starting like a pioneer, and it depends about you. How will you grow? Where will you come? What is your where will you come? And do you come to the end of your road, or you are still walking, running, cycling. Think about that. So that is about avoiding the pitfalls. So financial pitfalls. I see, and I say that I'm more already 1 hour, and my my session really needs a lot of time. I make today one session, but we will continue. We will continue because I say in March, this is a month of money. This is a month of money, taking care of the way how you are spending your money, and how much are you financial literacy. So IIU is coming, and we are taking care about all fields, all knowledge. Like I said, you cannot success if you don't have financial knowledge. So we in education needs to know also a lot about the finance literacy. We need to be financial literated. Also, as I said, like digital, like eco, like media, we need to be literacy. So today I will stop with this, but this is not the end of my session. But we will continue. We will do another session, I promise. So during the first few months in your business, you must do everything you can protect your business finance. That is, you are ready for all. This is to avoid a potential financial disaster should you not make a profit straight away, so it pays to be wise. Then there are all kinds of financial pitfalls you can fall into, and this include the following. If you can avoid them, you will stand a better chance of survival during that all important first years in the business. So let's think about this financial pitfalls. How can we avoid them to start the business, to make the business? So next time we will go with this pitfalls. I will start on this. I will stop on this on the financial pitfalls to avoid when starting your business. So I will stop sharing. I want to thank you, my great dear audience, for being here today with me. Let me come little on the Facebook. Let me come to the Facebook to see, do I have questions? Do I have questions? Okay. Please, if something you want me to answer, please write. Okay. So next time we will continue because this is a very important field in the finance, and we need to be financial literacy. Let me put the just a moment. I will put now the forms, and I will finish today our session. So till our next session, stay safe, stay healthy, and let's continue learning and growing together, sharing our knowledge, sharing and growing. Thank you very much for your today, to your support and for being with me. Thank you.